David defeated Goliath but lost his family. The greatest battles are not always fought on the battlefield. Sometimes they are fought at the dinner table. Sometimes they are fought in the silence between the father and his children. And if you lose those battles, no amount of success on the outside can save what is collapsing on the inside. David was a giant killer, a warrior, a king, a man after God's own heart, a worshipper, a military genius, a man who united a nation, the man whose head never lacked oil. Yet one question still confronts us. How can a man conquer nations and struggle to lead his own household? Leadership is not proven by the giants you defeat. Leadership is proven by the people you raise. When I study David's life, I don't just see a king. I see a man carrying wounds. A young boy overlooked by his own father, ignored by his brothers, left in the wilderness while others were invited to the table. Maybe that's why he fought so hard. Maybe that's why he was so driven. A man who spends his childhood trying to earn acceptance can spend his adulthood trying to win everyone's approval. And sometimes unresolved pain follows us into places where talent cannot save us. David knew how to command armies, but he struggled to command order in his home. Look at his family. Amnon violated his own sister Tamar. David was furious, but where was the justice? Where was the correction? Where was the father? Absalom watched, and when leadership became silent, bitterness found a voice. Years later, Absalom murdered Amnon. Then he rebelled against his own father. He publicly dishonored David by sleeping with his father's concubines openly. He was prepared to kill every man who gave him life, and it didn't stop there. The Holy Scripture says something heartbreaking about Adonijah. His father had never rebuked him by asking, "Why do you behave as you do?" One sentence, one household, one leadership failure, no boundaries, no correction, no accountability. Eventually, Adonijah also crossed the lines he should never have crossed. Generation after generation, disorder kept multiplying. Brothers killing brothers, power struggles, bloodshed, division. What begins as silence often ends as chaos. This isn't really a story about David. It is a warning to every one of us. You can build an empire and lose your family. You can build a ministry and neglect your children. You can become respected by millions when the people living under your own roof are starving for your attention. But real leadership begins at home. Correction is not hatred. Discipline is not abuse. Boundaries are not rejection. Love sometimes tells the truth people don't want to hear, because weeds don't become forest overnight. Serpents don't become dragon overnight. Small compromises become generational disasters when nobody has the courage to confront them. And this message isn't only for parents, it's for every son, every daughter, every young man, every young woman. Maybe you grew up in a broken home. Maybe nobody affirmed you. Maybe nobody corrected you. Maybe nobody taught you what healthy leadership looks like. Don't spend the rest of your life blaming yesterday. Take responsibility for tomorrow. There is a pattern greater than your past. When darkness covered the earth, the Spirit of God moved. Then God said, "Let there be light." That's where transformation begins. Not with excuses, not with blame, but with the truth. Go to God. Study His Word. Find a healthy church. Learn from wise people. Listen, observe, grow, heal. Because at the end of life, history will not ask what you built. History will ask who you built. And that may be the greatest measure of leadership. If this message challenges you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody.